Hi, welcome back to the Vibration Vault. On today's episode, we are going to be talking all about why good relationships fail. Good relationships fail all the time, and there are a few steps that you can implement into your good relationship to avoid this happening. Despite your best intentions, despite your best efforts, sometimes even the most promising relationships end. So by implementing these tips and tricks that I'm about to share with you on this episode, you can avoid that happening to you in your relationship. So let's get right into it. The first reason why great relationships fail is because of the lack of communication. When you don't have a good, healthy communication style with your partner, it's going to cause this built up resentment inside of you. Sometimes as women, we feel like men should be able to read our minds. But fun fact, men cannot read our minds. So we have to be able to communicate with our partners, our desires, our wants, our needs. Let me give you an example. Let's say your partner is very busy at work and he has promised you a date night on a Friday night. Friday night rolls around, there's no dinner booked. He still wants to take you out, but there's no dinner booked. He goes to make a reservation, it's very late, very last minute. All of the reservations are taken, all of the time slots are taken. You're obviously upset because you have been promised something and now this promise has been broken. You could, one, internalize the problem and you could say, oh, darling, it's okay, never mind. Let's have a really cute date night at home. Or you could voice your opinion. You could say, darling, I was looking forward so much to this quality time together and this date night together. I was looking forward to dressing up. I understand that there's no reservations, but perhaps we should book something in advance together now for next weekend so we can preempt this sort of thing happening again. Now, I would use response one that I said. If this is a one-off, if this is very out of character for him, normally he's very on time, very punctual with dates, he's very organized, I would use response one. If he, however, is a little bit unorganized, it's becoming frequent behavior, you're feeling very let down, instead of internalizing it and sweeping it under the rug, what's best for you to do now is to use response two and say, let's pre-book something now so we can preempt it happening, and explain to him, this time that we spend together is really important to me. It makes me feel connected to you. It makes me fall even more in love with you. He is going to do that for you. If he loves you, he will actively listen to your concerns. He will actively listen to your needs. A man who loves you will have the desire to please you. He wants to make you happy. And if he doesn't, then he's the wrong man. Another really common reason why great relationships fail is because there is a mismatch and a misalignment of values and priorities. Now, let me give you an example. Let's say you are a very religious person. If you are a religious person, you value religion, these are your beliefs, you have unwavering commitment to them. So when you start dating someone, you date them knowing that they are not from the same faith as you, they are not religious, and they are not open to knowing or interested in your religion and your beliefs, then this is not going to end well. You have not vetted the man correctly. Your priorities and your lifestyle, your values have to align with this man, and they have to align very early on. I say this because as women, we tend to fall a lot quicker and a lot harder for men early on. We tend to romanticize our lives with them. What would our families be like? What would our wedding be like? So it's really good to ask these questions early on. What are your priorities? What does your lifestyle look like? I mean, a lot of this we can find out from social media. If he has a social media, you can see, is he out all the time? Does he spend any time with his family? Does he like traveling? Do your wants and needs and desires with regards to priorities and values align? If so, that's amazing. You can continue to invest your time and energy into this man because you are not going to end up heartbroken. Of course, there's a lot more vetting involved with the man, but lifestyle and priority and their values are very, very, very important. Without these factors aligning, you're going to have fundamental differences. The foundation of your relationship is always going to seem very chaotic. You're always going to be having unnecessary disagreements within your relationship. One of you wants to be out all of the time. One of you would rather stay in. One of you likes to travel. One of you doesn't like to travel. One of you has family values and you put your family first. The other one is not really that bothered about family, doesn't put their family first, doesn't understand why you want to put your family first. One person is religious, the other person isn't really interested in religion. Can you see how this is going to create so much conflict in your life? You don't need it, get rid of it, make sure that your priorities and values align. Next one is trust issues. Trust issues cast a spell of doom on very, very good relationships. When trust has been compromised, whether it be through lies, infidelity, broken promises, it erodes the very fabric of your relationship. Rebuilding trust takes time, effort, and a willingness to be vulnerable, a willingness to forgive. If you have chosen to forgive your partner and there has been broken promises or lies and you have made the choice to forgive, you must forgive your partner if you want this relationship to have a chance at survival. Because what happens is, if you are constantly punishing your partner, you haven't really found forgiveness for them. And if it's still eating you alive and you feel like you cannot find it in your heart to forgive them, then let that man go and let yourself go. Break free from this relationship that is holding you back from finding true, good, genuine love. The next reason why really good relationships tend to fail is because of physical intimacy. If you are living with your partner, it's so easy to fall into this roommate mode with your partner, where you forget about physical intimacy because you just enjoy genuinely each other's company. Now, I do have a story for you. I have a client who has a great provider man. He takes her on trips, he pays all the bills, he spoils her with gifts, shopping trips, he treats her very well. She has everything. However, she doesn't have that physical intimacy with her partner. That has got lost along the way. And she has said to me she would trade everything. She would trade everything just to feel that physical intimacy and feel connected to her partner. Physical intimacy is so important in a relationship. After all, that's exactly what differentiates you from being friends to lovers. Without the physical intimacy, you are just friends. So it's very important to keep the physical intimacy side of your relationship alive. This is a client of mine who literally has everything. On paper, she has 99% of everything, but that 1% has now become everything that she craves, everything she desires. She wants to feel desirable to her man. She is lacking that in her relationship. And that is now becoming the main focus every day in her life. This is what she's trying to work on with her partner. It is so important that you don't let that die out. And if it is something that is dying out, it's something that you work on. And there is a way to get back to that. Like I said earlier on in my video, communicate with your partner. There's always a feminine way to say something. So in this instance, she could say to him, look, baby, I feel really disconnected from you physically. I would love to spend some more intimate time alone, just the two of us, you and I. Perhaps we should take a trip at the weekend and you and I could have some quality time together. Now, if he loves you, he's going to take you up on that offer and he's going to want to work on the things that are important to you. If a man doesn't want to work on the things that are important to you, you have the wrong man. So that is a wrap for today's video. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, mwah, I love you. Bye.